Terminator fans, as well as the Sons of Gilliman, you have yet another figure to add to your ranks. Welcome on in. This is your channel master, Screws and Studs, and today we are going to be taking a look at the very newly released Terminator Captain for the Ultramarines. And this action figure review, we shall see if this Terminator Captain is going to be special enough for you to spend your hard-earned dollars on. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time and get to the review. So just like with the Iron Hands Captain, this Ultramarines Captain variant is a obviously very hulking and imposing figure. And as you pick up this action figure, there is a substantial weight to it, which I think is really nice, having a bit of substance on your action figures. So regardless, let's jump into the review. Starting off with the Crux icon that is right here. So it is a pure Crux icon with no highlights. The Iron Hands Crux has a silver skull in the middle of it, but has silver highlights on the edges to help out the blandness. But this one unfortunately does not. There is no silver highlights whatsoever on this one. And you get a little bit of depth that is imparted by the icon by the way of shading in the recesses. So with regard to the captain's head, his expression has a ton of character as evidenced by the grimace as well as the numerous shaded lines on the face. I think it is likely one of the more intricate detailed face for a generic captain. So the single eye right here has been screened on quite nicely without being too off center or too dark. However, this head kind of feels like it should have been on the Iron Hands Captain due to this metal cranium right here and the piercing red metallic bionic eye. And finally, the white area that runs on the bottom of the face kind of makes the Marine look like he has a white beard at first glance. And due to that, I think it makes him look a little bit more aged. The left pauldron has the iconic Crux Terminatus. I've stated once and I stated again. This light gray dry brushing really gives off a nice texture similar to a weathered stone. JoyToy always does a great job on this area on these Terminators. The right pauldron has a little bit more individuality with the gold embroidery right here at the top and then this plaque at the bottom. The gold plaque has Ultra screened on it, but eagle-eyed investigators will see that the lettering is a little bit off, and the T does not match the same font of the rest of the word, which actually makes this T look a little bit out of place. The heraldic shield sports a mixture of a skull, double aquila, and a sword icon that are all screened on rather well. I think there's an excellent color choice that flows with the rest of the colors on this Marine. The Marine's big burly chest is dominated by a very large wing skull whose wingspan covers the whole entire chest area. The icon is not shaded, but catches your eye because it's front and center and is rather shiny. With the waist area, there is a leather belt with some loops that has a metal buckle on it. There is a gold skull amulet that is dangling down waist with a little bit of shading on the sides of it. Just like with the Iron Hands Terminator Captain, there are 3 side armor panels right here with 2 on the sides and then 1 on the back right here. And then moving on down, there is a very prominent ivory tabard present that possesses a lot of character in it that is imparted by a dark tan color here that is found in the deep recesses of the fabric. I think this might be a first, but there is a raised and textured embroidery on the sides of the tabard. It looks like a bunch of U's that have been stringed together. However, it does end at the bottom of it with a true Ultramarines U at the end. So the left leg sports a Crux Terminatus icon, very reminiscent of the bigger Crux right here on the left pauldron. There's a light sprinkling of silver studs on a otherwise characterless blue expanse. The right leg, on the other hand, has all the seasonings with a checkered pattern on the right knee area, and there's a big, bold, blocky, modified, golden, lustrous double aquila that wholly encompasses the shin section. The back of this Terminator is rather unadorned and plain like a barren desert. It's a good thing that this area will not be seen very much, as this Terminator will be facing the front. So moving on to the weapons, starting off with the Combi Plasma. The construction of the Combi Plasma gun makes it look stubby and short looking. I also think it would have been nice to see some white trim around the gun panels right here to make the area pop. Wait, has JoyToy finally listened to me? There is a blue plasma metallic coil that reflects the realism of a 40K plasma weapon. I'll have to say the shading really mutes the glow of the plasma part of the gun. However, there is a good variety of colors that are found on these types of weapons, which is obviously black, gunmetal, gold, and metallic blue. Focusing on the power sword, in the middle right here, there is an interesting area that has been wrapped with a bandage or ribbon. I doubt I've seen this area on the very many power swords that I have reviewed. There is Ultramarine and Mortis that is carved on the blade to add extra dimension to it. There's a very familiar fading from a bright silver at the tip of the sword to the gunmetal towards the hilt of the blade. Blue on the power node is a little bit off center on this side, however it is fine over here. I think that the intricate and ornate hilt and pommel decoration is very reminiscent of the medieval area. I'm really loving this power sword, and perhaps it may be one of the best to date. All right, for you size comparison lovers, I have decided to get this Ultramarines company champion and compare him next to his bigger captain over here. And by bigger, I mean huge and towering. So as you can see, there is a huge size discrepancy, as I have detailed again, between this Primaris action figure versus this insanely huge Terminator captain figure. The captain is almost a head taller than this company champion. And as I said before in the Iron Hands video, I think this size discrepancy is comical, as to be honest, these Primaris should be within probably a few inches of each other, not a few feet of each other. And for you Terminator captain lovers, I have put the Ultramarines Leviathan captain next to this other captain right here. And as you can see here, there is literally no size difference whatsoever, which is a little bit of a relief to a lot of different people, as well as me. And so that is the nitty-gritty, in-depth detail review of this captain. Let's wrap this up with my final thoughts. So Ultramarines fans, I believe that this is an excellent representation of a Terminator captain. He looks properly experienced and of a grizzled, battle-hardened veteran with the metallic skull plate. There's a very unique looking power sword that really jumps out compared to the Combi Plasma. I'm really loving the tabard area with the raised embroidery that we have not seen before, or if we have, I may have forgotten about it. It is a solid, but definitely not a must-buy for people. It's good for people who obviously want an Ultramarine, and for completists who want like a Terminator captain. I think perhaps next time I'll do a comparison between all the Terminator captains to see which one may be best. But regardless, if you want to purchase this guy, you know where to get him, which is at David Toys. So you can go click in the link in the description below, or you will be brought to their website. And once again, before you check out, do not forget to use the code SNS to save yourself 12% off on your purchase, because we want to keep the money where it belongs, which is in our wallets and our banks. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this action figure review video. Once again, I am thankful for all of your support that you've been giving me. This channel has experienced such a surge of interest that I am, again, very thankful to you all, because every single one of you are key to this channel's success. And what can I say, but you guys are all awesome. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.